Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel, of course, which is Mansell Media Corner. In today's video, I did my video which was a tag response, which was my favourite films of the 1980s. Today is not a tag video, but these are my top 10 films in my Blu-ray collection of the amazing year, like always in films, but this is the 1970s. So in at number 10 from the BFI label, it's Brannigan from 1975, directed by by Douglas Hickok. Its running time is 111 minutes. Like I said, came out in 1975, which I still think it holds the record for the hottest summer. Was it 1976? Because I wasn't born in the 70s, unfortunately. But this stars the late great John Wayne, Richard Attenborough, a blinking and missing appearance of Tony Robinson pre-Baldrick in Blackadder. It's got Neil of the Young Ones in a great fight scene as well. But what a great film this is. It's also got Judy Gleason, Mel Ferrer, Daniel Pilon, Rolf Mika. This is almost, I think this is one of John Wayne's last films, but it's really good film. It's not my favourite, like, action adventure, but it is John Wayne, it's the Duke himself. So yeah, in at number 10 is Brannigan. In at number 9, it's Force 10 Guns of Navarone, directed by the great Guy Hamilton. 126 minutes on the indicator label. But what a cast this is. You've got the likes of Robert Shaw, who will be later on in my list, Franco Nero, who was the original Django, I believe, Harrison Ford, who's just come off Han Solo, so he's riding high at the time, Barbara Bach, Edward Fox, Carl Weathers and Richard Keel. So yeah, in at number 9, this is kind of an action stroke adventure film. So yeah, so that's in at number 9, which is Force 10 Guns of Navarone. In at number 8 is the only Agatha Christie film, and this is directed by John Guillermin, and again 1978, pardon me, on the Vintage Classics label. But you've got Peter Houston, the late great Peter Houston as Hercule Poirot. You've got the late great Betty Davis, Angela Lansbury, Mia Farrow, Jane Birkin, I think it is, Jack Warden. So many great actors and actresses who are no longer with us. But yeah, I've seen this film, it's okay, but I'm not the biggest Agatha Christie fan. But yeah, so that's in at number 8. And Stefan and Arles, Peter Ustinovas, Hercule Poirot. In at number 7, it's the only Mel Brooks directed film who's still going strong for somebody, I think he's 98 or 99. I haven't seen this film yet, but I will get round to watching the horror films, because it's October, I think, where everybody does their like horror reviews. But what a great cast. You got Gene Hackman, who's always funny, the late great Marty Feldman. I believe this has got Gene Hackman, I think, who will also appear soon in my list. Terry Garr, Peter Boyle, and Madeline Carr. This is Young Frankenstein from, I think it was 1970, somewhere in the 70s. But of course, the famous Putting on the Ritz appearance in this as well, which is iconic. So yeah, that's Young Frankenstein, and there's some images. It's got a really funny special feature. In the Mexican interviews, you have to check out Marty Feldman. His comedic timing is on form. So yeah, that's Young Frankenstein. Then a film I have not seen, but being a massive Iron Maiden fan, I believe they released The Wicker Man in 2000. I've never seen it as of yet, but like I said, you know, I've got some horror films in my Blu-ray collection to watch over October. But yeah, what an awesome kind of British cast. You got Britt Ekland, the late great Edward Woodward, the late great Sir Christopher Lee, as Jamie Powell would say. Robin Hardy, I think he directed, but the screenplay by Anthony Shaffer. But yeah, this was 1973, and it's The Wicker Man with a beautiful slipcover. There's the front, there's the back. Then, being a massive superhero fan, I'm going to get a lot of hate, but it is what it is, you know. It's got to be the original Superman for 1978, directed by the late great Richard Donner. You've got Christopher. Oh, it's a, you've got Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor, Margot Kidder as Lois Lane, yeah, you got Christopher Reeve, as Superman. You've got Marlon Brando as Superman's father. Yeah, so that's also in my list. And that's Superman from 1978, I believe. In at number 4, this kind of is like a made-for-TV film for 1975, directed by Jack Gold, and The Naked Civil Servant, which was Quentin Crisp. And who plays Quentin Crisp, you may ask? The always amazing John Hurt. So yeah, this originally came out on the 17th of December 1975 on the network label, which I know my good friend Jim Jam Movies and TV is a big fan of. So yeah, but the cast features Roger Lloyd Pack, who was later in Only Fools and Horses, and Patricia Hodge is always a great actress. John Rhys Davis as well. But really well done, like biopic of Quentin Crisp. So yeah, that's Naked Civil Servant in at number 4. If you haven't checked it out and you like John Hurt, definitely check this out. He's an amazing. He's also awesome in this one. This won a BAFTA-winning drama as well. Now, in at number 3, it's an absolute classic which is still on telly but it's the amazing Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, directed by Mel Stewart, starring the amazing Gene Wilder. It's got Peter Ostrom as Charlie Bucket. This was screenplay by Roald Dahl, who also done the intros for Tales of the Unexpected. And when I was a kid, I used to love the Roald Dahl books, and this was one of my absolute favourites of his. But what a performance for Gene Wilder. So yeah, that's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And of course you got the Oompa Loompas, which is quite scary, but not, if you know what I mean. In at number 2, is Brian De Palma's classic Carrie, written by Stephen King. But you got Sissy Spacek as Carrie, got Piper Laurie, Nancy Allen, and John Travolta in one of his big early roles. But yeah, this was 1976, I do believe. So yeah, that's Carrie. What an iconic image. And the ending is scary. So yeah, this is from the Arrow label, as my good friend Big Paulie would say. In at number 1, 1975, directed by the great Steven Spielberg, with an amazing score by the great John Williams. What an image that is. It's the legendary Jaws. And I watched it for the first time last year, because on ITV they had this shark stroke reality show where it was guys like Lenny Henry, who was scared of like sharks, etc. had to do this like shark experiment that they were not scared of going underwater. But at the time I watched this on Netflix, I think it was. What an awesome film. Robert Shaw, I do believe's in this. Robert Shaw, Roy Snyder, and the great Richard Dreyfuss. But what an awesome film. And yes, what a tagline. Richard said, the film that still makes audiences afraid to go in the water, and absolutely does, and especially in 1975, because I think this was Steven Spielberg's first foray into a mainstream director. But what a legend though Steven Spielberg is. So they are my top 10 films of the 70s. I would like guys like my good friend Stuart George. I know he loves his top 10 lists, to do something like a top 10 films of the 70s. Unless he did it, I can't remember. But yeah, what a great period though, like in 75, 76, especially in the United Kingdom. It was the hottest summer on record. So let me know in the comments what are some of your favourite 70s film, 1970s films, what I should check out. Like I said, I will be doing the horror watch list, because there's a bit of a spoiler. I've not seen The Thing, but around October I will watch it. I will give my views. So anyhow, thank you for watching the channel. Don't forget to like, please share and subscribe, and there will be some additional shout outs to guys in the film community, pardon me. So thank you for watching the channel, and goodbye, and I hope you have a really, really awesome day now in the sun, in the United Kingdom, wherever you are. So thank you for watching my channel, and goodbye, folks. Goodbye.